Hello there, Dr. Kara of KH Evolution. It's been a couple weeks since I have put up a video, but today I had a subject on my mind that is very near and dear to my heart that I wanted to chat with you about. And it's this idea and concept of your belief system. And it occurred to me very recently that I have two very strong beliefs that really navigate me through challenging times when it comes to my physical health. The last couple of episodes that I spoke to you about, I spoke about food and finding a food frequency that matches your frequency or the frequency that you want to become. When we're looking at illness, it's so critical and so important that we look at it from a perspective of frequency, because everything is frequency, vibration. And whether we know it or not, whether we realize it or not, when we enter a room, we are either dropping our frequency to the frequency of the room, we are raising our frequency to the frequency of the room, or we are expanding our own frequency and changing and shifting the set point of that environment. And so while that can be a subject all of its own, I want to talk about and bring it back to the frequency inside of our body, inside of our cells, and inside of our organ systems and or tissues, and why this whole concept of frequency medicine actually works. And hopefully it will help to bring your thinking and your awareness outside of the box. Because as you've heard me say before, that I truly believe that Einstein was correct, that we can't solve problems, whatever they may be, and in whatever realm or space of ourselves that they may be. We can't solve them with the same frequency or the same set of rules that we created the problem in, or the problem was created within. So we have to be willing to really move ourselves out of the box or expand our box if we are to truly solve a problem that we might be facing. And so I want to just look at the physical right now, because I think that, again, the subject is so wide and so large that we could talk for a long time, or we could get ourselves tangled up in a web of confusion. And I want to keep it really simple. One of the principles that I live by is that the body has an innate ability to heal itself. And I didn't always live by this principle. In fact, I didn't even realize that the body had an innate ability to really balance itself or constantly be seeking what's called homeostasis in the medical world. And that's really another word for stability, another word for balance. And so, I think back to what my life was like prior to being taught this principle of the body having an innate system that knows what to do, an innate intelligence to really bring things back to health and wellness and vibrance, or to find that if it's never been the set point from the beginning, as it was with the case with me. And so when we start to look at these principles or these beliefs by which we navigate through life, they really form and create this solid, stable place by which we can measure other things or bring our awareness to perspectives of other things. For example, if we are choosing a particular food to eat or drink to have, or a medicine to take, or a nutrition supplement to take, if we know that our principle or our belief is that when the body is given the right tools, substances, and so forth, it has an innate ability to heal itself. So another way of saying it is when we give it the right tools, when we bring in the right tools with the right frequency, and those tools vibrate with the frequency of health and wellness, then our body has no other option than to work with that innate intelligence of its own to find health and wellness. But when we bring in, for example, sugar, we all know sugar has a low frequency, and a frequency that promotes inflammation. And we know that inflammation is a root cause of disease. It's a stress on the system that creates disease and imbalance. And so if we are bringing sugar, the frequency of sugar, the energy of sugar, sugar itself into our body, then what we're doing is bringing in the frequency or all the frequencies that make up inflammation or make up challenges to the immune system. And that puts stress on the body to find the pathway back to a vibrance and wellness. So, is it impossible to eat sugar and be healthy? No, I think that everything in moderation, right? But when we are mindful of the principle that rules the direction of where we're going, then we can have that baseline, and we can create that stability by which we can measure other things. And so right now, I just challenge you to take out a piece of paper and a pen and to start to jot down, ask yourself the question, what are the principles that guide me when it comes to my physical health and well-being, my cellular structure, my overall way of nourishing my body? What are your principles? What do you live by? And take a look at them and see, are they principles that are supporting what it is that you deeply desire in your life, right? Because many times, one of the missing links to get from point A, which is where we are right now, to point B, where we want to go, there's a lot of stops in between, but there's a lot of action steps that we take as well to get us there. And oftentimes what I find when I work with clients and I help to move them forward and break through barriers, that the action steps that they're taking day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, are action steps that are rooted in old belief systems or old patterns, and they don't realize that they're not in resonance or frequency with the vibrant, healthy being that they want to become, or whatever their other goal or set point is, whatever B is. The choices that they're making in the process from moving from A to B, hour to hour, day to day, are not in support of B, they're in support of A. And it's keeping them stuck and really draining the vibrance and energy from their body and their mind and their soul. And what it's really setting them up for is this new belief that is, I can't. And the truth is that they can, they just need a little support to identify a new path to reach that point B. All right, so hopefully this has given you an exercise for the week, something to think about. I think that food, diet, it's a great way to introduce ourselves to the food choices I'm making, supporting the frequency that I want my cells to express. That's a great way to start, but truly the rule can apply to just about anything in our life. So what is your underlying belief? Do you believe that the body has an innate ability to heal itself, to find its way? And if you do, are you supporting that innate process, or are you putting stressors in the way, or allowing stressors to stay in the way of you creating the vibrant, healthy, strong life that you deeply desire and deeply deserve because it's your birthright? All right. So thanks so much for listening. Take a moment to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share this with somebody that you know that could benefit hearing from it. Anyone who needs a poke or nudge about what their thought process is, and if they're aware of it or not aware of it, right? And don't forget, we have a shift experience on Thursday, April 14th at 4 p.m. I will provide the link in the comments below so that you can sign up and register. That's only $33.33 right now. And if you are not familiar with what the shift experience is, it is a guided meditation experience where I open up a container for your body to heal itself, to find the pathway, to move stressors out of the way, and to align with optimal health in the level of the energy, the level of the ethereal space. So at the very least, it gives you almost an hour to settle in, relax, and just take it all in. So an hour of self-care, we all could use that. Give it a try. I think you will find it very, very healing. Have a great week. And if I don't see you at the shift class, hopefully I'll see you next week here on this channel. Take care, everybody.